The views and opinions on this show do not necessarily reflect the views of ESPN Tucson 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, or the Arizona Lotus Corporation.
Welcome to Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson.
Justin Spears, I like that.
With Justin Spears and Ali Farhang on 1490 AM, 94.9 HD Channel 4, ESPN Tucson. Brought to you by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
I want to be entertaining, but I'm not stupid enough to compare myself to Ali.
F it, let's do it live.
Yeah.
Happy Friday.
Let's do it live. Let's do it live.
What's up, baby? Happy Friday. Welcome to Spears and Ali here on ESPN Tucson. I'm Justin Spears here with Ali Farhang. Our show is produced by Andrew Trujillo. And if you want to call in, hit us up, 719-1490, 719-1490. We are presented by Tucson Federal Credit Union, the Volpe team at Nova Home Loans, and Rightway Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. We are guest loaded in the 8 o'clock hour. We're going to have our guy Todd Walsh, who travels with the Arizona Diamondbacks. He's going to give us all the details on the MLB trade deadline, which ended yesterday at 3 o'clock. And D-backs were one of the most active teams at the trade deadline.
Yeah.
They were definitely sellers, more than buyers.
They were what I would call the Santa Claus of the trade deadline. But at
giving
least
out
they
gifts.
got good stuff back, you know. Unlike my Pirates. God, it's such a sucky franchise. Why do I root for them? Because they're black and gold? It's ridiculous.
That seems to be it.
That does. I mean, you've got a general manager who sucks, but he's had his job for the last 6 years, selling high quality players, and an owner that is like, I don't know. What's the thing that sucks the most in life?
ASU.
Sure. I was thinking like a garbage disposal.
Oh.
The garbage disposal of owners. Bob Nutting. Hey, Bob. Oh, man, you almost said press the dump button.
Right off the bat at 7:02 a.m.
Yeah.
Hey, Bob.
Bleep you.
Bleep you.
Yeah. But, you know, the haves got better. Yankees got better.
Yep. The American dream, baby.
Rangers
The
got
Habs
better.
Rangers got better. They traded for longtime D-backs pitcher Merrill Kelly.
They got their Merrill. I don't know. Who else got better?
The Seattle Mariners.
Padres got better.
Yeah.
They had a big deal with the A's. They got J.P. Sears and the closer for the A's. So, yeah, it's cool. I can't wait for football season.
Oh, well, we got a little taste last night at the Hall of Fame game with the Chargers and the Detroit Lions. And some of my buddies, they texted me yesterday, and they're like, all right, fellas, it's the first day we can bet against the Chargers. Happy football season.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man, if you're betting on the Hall of Fame game, 1-800-NEXT STEP.
I did not.
Okay.
I did not,
I was like, I looked over at Ali. I was like, wait a second.
No. I mean, how do you know?
Ali's a football nut.
How do you know,
I don't know.
right? I don't know. I mean,
but it was good to see the Hall of Fame
It's good to see NFL uniforms against each other, and I'm like, what? I watched the game, and I'm like, huh? Trey Lance is the backup quarterback for the Chargers. When did that happen? I didn't know that. Yeah. How do I not know that? Yeah. He looked good. He looked good.
You look great, and I think that the broadcast last night, Chris Collinsworth, he made a really good made a really good point that this is a coaching staff, Jim Harbaugh, that got the absolute most out of Colin Kaepernick. Now, I'm not saying that Trey Lance is going to be the next Colin Kaepernick, but the way that this coaching style is, they feel like they can maybe maximize a guy like Trey Lance if he were able to get into the game.
I'm going to do a replay of last night, my favorite commentary from Chris Collinsworth. You ready?
Sure. Here's a guy.
I was in Tacoma, Washington, and it was raining buckets. And I hit a guy. I don't even know if he's still alive. Dickert with the kick, and it's good.
The Bill Walton of football.
That actually happened.
Yeah,
that actually happened.
It's incredible, man. Incredible. But yeah, Trey Lance looked pretty good yesterday. 13 of 20, passing 120 yards and a couple of touchdowns.
Trade Herbert.
And the second that I saw DJ Uiagalelei get into the game, I was like, okay, I think we're done here. I'm going to go ahead and turn the channel here. I've seen enough of DJU. As
You're not a Charger fan,
what?
buddy. That's when I'm like most interested. Is like, okay, we got our fourth quarterback in. Let's see what this guy's got. That's when I get excited.
I was impressed with Vidal, Haskins, the running backs. Omari Hampton got a couple of carries. But as soon
Is that why you own an IFL team? So you can watch the guys who are even further down on the depth chart?
Yeah, they're right there, man. They're right there. They're right there.
Ali,
It all
double
makes
agent,
sense, dude.
co-owner of the Sugar Skulls, and also scout for the Steelers.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah.
Ollie was like, man, there's no seventh quarterback on the depth chart. I gotta
How do we
have one
make
of the
that
other
happen?
team.
Jorge Arena, make it happen. All right.
I like it.
All right, let's take your phone calls here, 719-1490, 719-1490. I think we got Ben on line one. Good morning, Ben. What's on your mind?
Hey, morning, guys. Ali, you were complaining about the Pirates and whatnot, but you got to look at it this way, man. They're not the A's. At least the Pirates are staying in Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
You know what I mean?
That's
Like,
true.
makes you feel any better.
That's like telling a Dolphins fan, hey, at least you're not the Browns.
Yeah.
Hey, that hurts a little. Hey, that hurts a little. That now you're cutting a little deep there, man.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ben, I appreciate the glass half full. Yeah, I get it. Yeah, at least they're still in Pittsburgh. Yes, they're not in Sacramento.
That's what I say as a Chargers fan, man. It could be worse. It could be worse. The Chargers are the Hufflepuff of the NFL, but you could be the Cleveland Browns. Sorry. I'm sorry. Ben, I'm sorry if you're a Browns fan.
I grew up in Cleveland, man.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Ben, I was in La Jolla at the bar, and there's a guy who saw me with a Steelers hat, and he made a little joke, and I'm like, "You're a Browns fan, aren't you?" And he goes, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Do we need to?" I'm like, "Do we need to keep talking?" He's like, "No."
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, isn't there rumors of a story of some sort of ownership group trying to buy the Pirates from whoever their owner is and like actually make them decent so Skeens doesn't leave?
Well, what I've heard is Major League Baseball is putting a lot of pressure on the Pirates owner to sell to another group that's actually got some money. So hopefully it's true. But
All right. Correction. Whoever the owner is, I'm willing to bet they have money. They're just not willing to actually spend any money.
No. The Pirates in their trades yesterday, off their $4.99 payroll, they saved $2. So he's making plenty of money. That son of a God, that guy.
All right. Thanks, guys. Have a good morning.
Ben, you're
Ben,
the best,
thank you so
dude.
much.
Yeah. No, so yeah, this guy's like kind of giving it to me as being a Steelers fan in La Jolla. I didn't tell you guys. And I'm like, so do you know who the winningest quarterback in Cleveland is in the last 20 years? He goes, I know, man, Ben Roethlisberger. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, do you want to keep doing this? He's like, no, I really don't. And he's like, I'm like, cool, man. I hope you have a good vacation. He's like, you too.
Sorry, Ben. I didn't mean to body slam the Cleveland Browns twice, but at least
Like you might have.
At least you ain't the Browns. I had no idea he grew up in Cleveland, and then I just shamed him. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm a diehard Browns fan." I'm like, "Sorry, man. My apologies."
And that's what your number one job is as a father, gentlemen, right? No matter who you root for, that's your choice.
Mm-hmm.
But if you have a son, you need to be very, very careful about the team you have that son root for. Because, like, if you're a Jets fan, why would you have your son be a Jets fan too? Because you're just like, son, I love you. You're my firstborn. Welcome to the misery. No, if you're right now, if you're a Pirates fan, and if you have a son, you're like, son, I want to introduce you to this franchise that just sucks ass.
I want to ruin an entire sport for you.
Because if you think about it, their whole life, if they are anything like you and you're a sports fan, their whole life is going to be somewhat defined by this fandom. And what you're doing is saying, hey, I love you. Here's a big poop sandwich for the rest of your life. I want you to eat this thing slowly.
And every year.
And every year, just take little bites. So it's a big part of fatherhood to make sure that your kids grow up with
Not
the
a Browns
least
fan.
amount of misery as possible. I would suggest a Browns fan is in that category. Why would you do that to your kid? Why? Why would you do that?
Is that why your kids aren't Pirates fans?
My kids are not Pirates fans, and it's a big reason why.
You
I'm
did-
like, I'd never push the Pirates on them. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that to Xavier? He loves the Yankees. I took him to all the Yankees. We went to Yankees games. I'm like, dude, these guys are this team's gonna spend money. They got the pinstripes, great stadium.
No beards.
No, they changed the rule.
Did they?
They did.
Wow.
They did in the last
I could
couple
play
years.
for the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, it's still got to be trimmed. Still got to be trimmed, buddy.
I trimmed this last night.
Yeah, you're a complete mess. I'm like, yeah, you like you know what? You like the Yankees. You go ahead, because you're going to get guys like Aaron Judge, and they're going to actually sign them to big contracts, and they're going to be trading for Pirates, which they did yesterday, and it's going to be fun. You be a Yankees fan, but you gotta root for the Steelers, you know, right? That'll be okay. We're going to get our Super Bowls. We're going to have winning records. We're going to be contending. But yeah, and he's a Lakers fan too. Same thing. So I just think that when we reflect on what it is to be a good parent, one of the aspects of that, and social services should be on the lookout, is what team did your dad push on you? Because if it's the Jets, the Browns, the Bengals, sorry, Andrew, you chose that though. Your dad didn't do that.
I married into that.
Yeah, that's a personal choice of misery.
I'm happy with it.
You know, the New Orleans Pelicans, like anything, if you like push a team that's like that, the A's,
The Coyotes.
the Coyotes, yeah. Well, R.I.P.
Exactly.
Yeah. Then maybe you're just doing some sort of mental abuse that you're not aware of, but you should be aware of. So let's be self-aware here and make sure that we're pushing our kids into the right places.
I'm just proud to be a fan of a MLB farm team like you, Ali. It's the Pirates and the Diamondbacks.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what,
Just
the
training
Diamond-
everybody up for
Hey
everybody else.
the Diamondbacks not having the greatest year, and they traded some good players away yesterday, but they were at a World Series a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
All right. The Pirates just suck, man. The Pittsburgh Pirates suck. And again, I will state for the record, the first outside free agent you signed, or last, was in 2016. And I'm probably the only guy who remembers who Ivan Nova was, who was a pitcher for the Yankees. So, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What are we doing?
But the D-backs were in a really interesting spot entering the trade deadline because it was like, yeah, they're still not mathematically out of playoff contention. Like, they're still in it,
That's my favorite way to look at it.
even though they're the second to last team in the absolutely stacked NL West.
Yeehaw.
They're still
They're not the last.
exactly.
Yeah.
At least you're not the Rockies, right? That's having a historically bad year.
Somehow that doesn't make me feel any better.
But the D-backs had so many great players that were entering their final year under contract, or they're entering free agency as soon as the season ended.
Yeah.
And so the D-backs are like, okay, do we keep these guys and, like, let's put all of our chips on the table for this year and fingers crossed we can get into the postseason and really get a crack at this thing? Or are we going to sell everything that we have here and just move on? And I understand why the D-backs decided to part ways with Merrill Kelly, with Eugenio Suarez, who, by the way, had a great welcoming on the team plane with the Seattle Mariners. They're super pumped about adding Gino to that lineup. And, I mean, why wouldn't you? Him, was it Ozarena, Cal Raleigh, a.k.a. Big Dumper? Like, look out for the Mariners, man. I would love to see the Seattle Mariners win a World Series this year. And they have all the pieces to do that. But you got Gino with the Mariners, Josh Naylor also with the Mariners as well. Merrill Kelly, that was really tough to see because he's played his entire career with the Arizona Diamondbacks, and now He's going to a really good team in the Texas Rangers, but he was another guy that was going to be a free agent after this year. The only guy that they kept was Zach Gallen. I'm a little surprised by that. I would have figured like the Yankees or somebody else could use a pitcher like Zach Gallen as their number 3 guy, right, or number 2 guy. But they kept him at the trade deadline. So we'll see what happens with Zach Gallen in the future after this season. But, yeah, all these guys that we just mentioned were going into their final year. The D-backs were like, we got to get something in return and not just have these guys walk away. It sucks. I think the D-backs are going to have a really rough stretch at the end of the year, but General Manager Mike Hazen, he had to do this.
I thought they made good moves, and I totally get it with guys going into the last year of their contract. Diamondbacks are not contending; they're not going to be in the playoffs. So I got no issues with what they did. In fact, I think the Diamondbacks it sounds silly to say a mid-market because Phoenix is one of the biggest cities in the country. I don't know where they are ranked compared to.
I think they're like the ninth biggest or something like that.
Yeah, but I mean, the D-backs, in my opinion, Hazen and Torey Lovello.
Yeah.
I think they do a pretty good job overall. I think they make pretty good moves. I think it's a pretty well-run organization.
And I feel like Torey has done a great job of developing the younger talent and getting these guys to becoming big-time players, guys like Ketel Marte.
Yeah.
Corbin Carroll has been awesome. I mean, he leads Major League Baseball in triples this year. Has had a great first few seasons with the Diamondbacks. Alec Thomas, there's a lot of young players that are really rising right now for the Diamondbacks, and that's what gives me hope for Torey Lovello, is that he's shown that he could do it with this younger talent. Now that they've turned the page and they've gotten rid of some big names, maybe there are some other big names that are going to rise to the surface for the D-backs. Jordan Lawler, another one.
I mean, it's they've shown that look, the Diamondbacks are what I would call like Arizona football, right? And Arizona football, what we want or what we should expect as Wildcat fans is, 6, 7, 8 wins a year, a bowl game, and then every 3, 4, 5 years, that special year. That is what I would consider primetime Arizona Wildcat football.
Yeah.
All right. If you want more than that, open your wallet. That's all I'm going to say, because we don't, the resources and the facilities of a Tennessee, Alabama, Georgia, Texas, right? You're like, we like money talks. Arizona Diamondbacks the same way. Arizona Diamondbacks, you play 500, maybe get a wild card every once in a while, and then maybe every 5 years you have that special season where you get in the NLCS or you get to the World Series, and you make a run at it. Of all the Phoenix teams, I think that the Diamondbacks, probably from a front office perspective, one of the best run franchises. So I got no qualms with them. So I know you guys are waiting for the big bomb to drop, but that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
I think the Diamondbacks are well run.
All right. We still got lots to talk about regarding some Arizona Wildcats news.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can start scheduling concerts at the Pirates Stadium for
It's a
September.
beautiful
October.
ballpark. I mean, they got everything right there.
Oh, by the way, with Merrill Kelly now joining the Texas Rangers, man, look at this pitching lineup. Jacob deGrom, our boy, Nate Eovaldi,
Oh, yeah.
and Patrick Corbin.
Way to pronounce his name right.
Eovaldi.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite episodes of Spears and
I
Ali.
know, we
I'm
lost-
like, no, it's Eovaldi.
We lost that in the hack, right?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. You with the perfect pronunciation of every Polynesian name and couldn't say Eovaldi.
Eovaldi. I can say DJ Uyagalele
Yeah.
and Tai Uyagalele and Chuba Moai and Wendell Moy, but
Yeah, exactly.
Nate Eovaldi.
Yep.
You're like, no, it's Eovaldi. I'm like, dude, no, it's not. It's not.
But damn good pitching rotation.
I mean, the guys like Nate Eovaldi and Charlie Morton. I can't believe Charlie Morton's still pitching. Charlie Morton, I think he's 430 years old. And I see him in the lineup, so he's like, oh, Charlie Morton's pitching. I'm like, wow, that guy Guy's like a bad cold, just can never shake him.
Yeah.
He's always there.
Well, wasn't Rich Hill, didn't he return to Major League Baseball this year?
He did.
45 years old,
I know,
still
man.
pitching in the majors.
That's
crazy.
insane.
It's crazy.
Love it, man.
It's crazy. I'm all in on baseball. How about the Reds yesterday? They were down 11-3 to the Braves. Then they tied it 11-11 in the bottom of the ninth. And then they lost in the 10th, 12-11. I'm only telling you this because I bet on the Reds.
All right, coming up next on Spears and Ali, we're going to talk some Arizona Wildcats football. Training camp continues later on today at Arizona Stadium. And then,
I want some news, man. Me and the people, we want to know what you've been watching.
I got lots to talk about when it comes to U of A football. And then we also have our Freak Out Friday segment coming up next. Stay tuned. We're back. Spears and Ali on ESPN Tucson and the Spears and Ali podcast. And yes, Andrew is caffeinated. Let's go, baby.
All I do is give and give and give, you know?
Yep.
My guy wanted some caffeine, but he wanted it no sugar, doesn't drink coffee. I'm like, you know what?
Yeah.
I can find something. And I just got him a Pepsi Zero.
I appreciate it,
Yeah,
man.
and
I
I-
don't drink coffee because halfway through the cup, the poop man shows up and I owe him money. So
Yeah.
We were talking about the whole Celsius
Yeah.
high noon debacle. Did you hear about that?
No.
Oh,
You
man.
didn't hear about this?
No, bring it.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
We started our show yesterday talking about it. So I think high noon and Celsius are made in the same factory or something like that. And there is a batch of Celsius energy drinks that are it looks like Celsius, but actually inside of it is high noon. So you think you're drinking an energy drink, but it's actually a vodka seltzer.
What? This was just like a mistake? In
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes
Misprinted.
someone forgot to flip the lever,
Misprinted.
the lever.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The lever for the vodka to go down.
But you
instead
call
of
it a lever, not a lever.
Is it a lever?
I don't.
No,
Like
it's
fat lever?
Yeah. No, it's a lever, but there is fat lever.
Call 719-1490. Is it a lever or lever?
Lever or lever?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or your mother lever.
What is it?
Yeah.
Lever or lever?
And there's something in the box.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's a bunch of Celsius drinks out there, and someone is consuming a high noon. So
Wow.
you might be getting a nice DUI at 6:30 in the morning if you drink those kind of energy drinks.
I don't. It seems to me that you might have a defense.
I'm saying lawyers are like,
Yeah.
money.
Does there need to be intent? That's the question. I'm drinking a Celsius. Here it is. And they're like, but you're 1.1 or 0.9.
1.1.
Yeah.
Damn.
Woo!
It's a
Sir,
lot, it's a lot of energy.
I'm
drink.
just giving you a ticket for drinking too much energy drink. That's not ridiculous.
All right, let's talk some Arizona Wildcats football here. We watched the first couple of practices yesterday or over the last couple of days. And, man, the Wildcats, they're getting after it. They're being smart about tackling, but they're working on it. They have a lot of drills where they're rolling out the donut-looking pad, and then they will roll out a ball, and they'll scoop and score. And they've been working on that for the last couple of days. They spent a couple periods on that. So they're working on tackling, but they're also not killing each other, which I think is very key.
Yeah, but if you're going to, again, here's another Mike Tomlin for you. Andrew, you're going to love this.
I'm ready.
Hey, man, if your job is boxing, you better be sparring, right?
Yeah.
So year one from Brent Brennan, and right, he said he was kissing too much ass last year, and I think the practices were lacking physicality to year two. And I know it's only a couple in.
Yeah.
Is the physicality at practice?
It's physical, man.
Good.
They are getting after it. So, yeah, it just feels like there's a different vibe with this Arizona Wildcats club, this training camp. And, I just put out a story on Tucson.com about the backup quarterback situation. And we finally had a chance to talk to Braden Locke, who's a transfer from Wisconsin, and he played the last couple of years there. He started his collegiate career at Mississippi State, was a part of that Bulldogs team that came down to Tucson and beat Arizona in 2022. And it hit me right before we talked to him, like, wait a second, this guy was recruited initially signed to play with Mike Leach. Seth Dagey, Arizona's offense coordinator, played for Mike Leach at Texas Tech. So they have that thing in common. And, I asked him, I'm like, are there any similarities? Because I know personality-wise, they're different people, right? Seth Dagey is a good old boy from Texas. Mike Leach is Mike Leach. Like, he is a very quirky, just out there person. Like,
Just a really quirky person.
he is like, is that Chris Collinsworth?
I tried to
Mike
get in
Leach.
there.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
nose is a little stuffed up.
Yeah. Appreciate the effort, though.
Yeah.
Appreciate the effort.
I don't know. He's and also you like Mike Leach a lot, lawyer as well.
Yeah, well,
Studied
was
to
he?
be he studied to be a lawyer, and then he was like, you know what?
I want you to
I need to be a
understand
football
something.
coach.
When you say somebody else is a lawyer, and that gives me there's one reason why you should like somebody. That's really not for me.
Ali hates every lawyer that's not him.
Or that works at Farhang and Metcalf. For all your personal injury, estate, litigation, or business needs, Farhang and Metcalf, the choice for you. But
FarhangandMetcalf.com.
but I mean,
I think it's farhangmedcoff.com.
yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah, or Metcalf Farhang, whatever, man. Metcalf's a stud. But I think, I know that's that's definitely not on my list
Okay.
of what I'm looking for as far as a friend. Yeah.
Well, Mike Leach
this
coached,
is why I'm the lawyer you want, because I really don't like lawyers.
but Mike Leach brought Braden Locke to Tucson or to Starkville, and played 1 year there, and he learned a lot. But he said, yes, Seth Dagey, Mike Leach, very much different personalities. But every now and again, Seth Dagey will just go off on the quarterbacks, and Braden will actually tell him, like, you're having a Leach moment, coach. Calm down. You're chastising us a little too much. But, yeah, Braden Locke is a guy that could start at a lot of other places in college football. And, when Seth Dagey first got to Tucson as Arizona's offensive coordinator, he said that one of his first conversations he had with Brent Brennan was, I know Noah Fifita is a great quarterback. I know he's a special guy. But if he were to be unavailable, is the season over with? Right? So I need a guy behind him that I can trust, that I can put him in the offense, and everything is going to continue to flow. And when you look at the other quarterbacks on Arizona's roster, they have Luke Halgo, they have Sawyer Anderson, who threw for over 14,000 yards in the Dallas-Fort Worth area in high school. And they also have Mason Bray, the son of the late, great Heath Bray. And while those guys had illustrious high school careers, none of those guys have taken a snap in college. And so in case something happens with Noah Fifita, if there's anything that we saw last year, anything could happen, right? If Noah Fifita is unable to go somehow, then they feel confident in this guy, Braden Locke, who has thrown for over 2,000 yards in college. Last year at Wisconsin, he had like 356 yards against Purdue. So the guy's a pretty damn good quarterback. And I think it says a lot about him that, he's not coming in here like, yeah, I'm fighting for the starting quarterback spot, but I'm preparing every day like I am that guy. Just in case my number is called, I'm going to be ready. And if there's anybody who knows about the stay ready so you don't got to get ready lifestyle, it's Noah Fifita. He did it for a year and a half under Jed Fish. And then when Jaden Delora went out, who was right there to pick up the pieces and then end the season on a 7-game winning streak? It was Noah Fifita. And so these guys have a mutual respect for each other. And I think it says a lot about the kind of person that Braden Locke is, because he's got an ego. And Seth Dagey said every single quarterback has a confident ego, even the most humble guys. Noah Fifita has an ego because, after the Manning Passing Academy, when he went out to Louisiana and competed with some of the best college football quarterbacks, and he did well out there, that gave him some reassurance that he is one of the top passers in college football. And he came back like, all right, I needed that confidence booster. Here we go. I feel like I am the best quarterback in the Big 12 and one of the best in the country. That's that ego that Noah Fifita has. And we asked Noah Fifita about, like, what's your ego? And he's like, dude, I'm just here to win. That's what I'm all about is just winning. And so these guys have egos, but they're also professional enough to realize where their spots are with the team. And I think that's really cool that Braden Locke understands that he can go to a lot of other places, but he'd rather stay at Arizona, be the backup and stay ready just in case his number's called.
And he's got more eligibility too, right?
Yeah, he's got a couple years.
If this is Noah's last year at Arizona.
No.
If it is.
Oh, if it is, yeah.
If it is, Braden Locke can just step in and he'll have a year under his belt. But, man, yesterday, to me, I put another sum of money on Arizona winning over 5.5 games because, coaches like to stay reserved. We never most coaches aren't braggarts, right? We don't want to, mess with the juju train.
Yeah.
But when Danny Gonzalez has said, let's go to the frickin' Rose Bowl, the coaching staff feels really good about this team.
Yeah.
And I think and I feel really good about this team as well. So, by the way, beautiful article, as usual, by you.
Thank you.
Man, I don't want to, diminish anybody else in this town. I really don't. So when I say this, it's not like everybody else sucks and one guy is awesome. You are my favorite sports writer in Tucson.
Thank you.
Yeah. So we need. Let me renegotiate your contract. Yeah, you write really good stuff, and I hope Arizona understands that when it comes to Arizona sports, especially Arizona football, all you are is an advocate. So they should give you as much access as possible because you write great. I mean, we can get stories about this and that, and it's the same cut and paste thing, but we really get to know the players from Justin Spears. So
thank you.
Read Justin Spears at Arizona Daily Star, Tucson.com.
Yep.
Because if you want to know this team, and you're going to want to know this team, because I think this team is going to be good. Maybe not great. I don't know. But it's going to be good, and it's going to be a product on the field that you're going to be proud of. These guys are going to play fast. They're going to play hard. They're going to be well coached. They're going to be disciplined. If you want to know these guys, read Justin's stuff.
Man, I still couldn't believe it yesterday. It's just, and thank you for the kind words, man.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Seriously, that means a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, it should.
It should. But it's so astonishing to me every time we go out to practice and I look over at the corner where the offensive linemen are, and there are just so many bodies.
Good.
Just 20 offensive linemen. And, these guys thinking, or the coaches, they're like, you know what? In 2 weeks, at least 4 of these guys are going to be injured. And then we're going to be at 16, and we'll be ready.
They're not thinking that, dude. That's like the glass half empty.
Well, they understand football happens, man.
It happens, but in 2 weeks, these guys, we have a good group of guys. We're going to know who's our starting 5.
Yeah.
Right? It's going to be like these guys are going to compete. We got good depth. We're going to know who we can roll out there. It's going to be our best starting 5, and we're going to have some depth in case anything happens. They're not thinking, in 2 weeks, 4 of these guys are going to be injured and not play the rest of the year, so at least we got 16 left. No, that's not what they're thinking, just so you know.
I understand they'll be banged up, and, they need as many bodies and depth in there as
I hope nobody's banged up. I hope everybody goes into the season healthy, and I hope that through the trials and tribulations of camp, these guys, they're like, you know what? We got a good group, and you want to be 8 deep on the offensive line.
Yeah.
You're right. You want a guy that can play center, backup center. They can step in and handle it. You want a guy that can play swing tackle, and you want a guy that can play both of the interior guard positions. You're 8 deep, you're in good shape.
Highlights of camp so far, Noah Fafita throwing 2 touchdowns in as many days to Chris Hunter to start the team period. Both the team periods are like, F it, we're going deep. Deep pass from Noah Fafita to Chris Hunter for a touchdown over Arizona starting defense. First play against Hawaii.
On the
pass to Chris Hunter.
Other side, I'm going to ask you a question, which is you already answered one question that was really important to me. It's going to be a physical camp. Good. On the other side of the break, I'm going to ask you the second most important question, and I want you to answer me honestly.
I'll try my best.
All right.
Stay tuned. Spears and Ali here on ESPN Tucson. Today is the last day to maybe win a 10-day Alaskan cruise. Listen up for your chance to win. The key word that was just given in the last segment or the last commercial break is Ali. So text ALI to 520-719-1490.
Not OLLIE. It's not Oli. It's Ali.
Ali.
Yeah.
So text ALI to 520-719-1490, and just maybe you'll win a 10-day Alaskan cruise. Go enjoy the glaciers, the whales, and some great stuff up there. You'll be leaving out of San Francisco. So text Ollie to 520-719-1490. We'll have another keyword in the 8 o'clock hour, and then we'll have more keywords all throughout the day until 6 o'clock. And the more keywords you hear and text in, the better chance you have of winning.
And you'll be boarding a ship that's named after a Harry Potter spell. Carnival Luminosa.
It's Luminosa, not Luminosa.
This is seriously what it's called.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
Carnival Luminosa.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. And then suddenly you've got a Mai Tai in your hand.
Yeah. That would
And
be
soft serve.
How amazing would that be?
Yeah.
I want the spell that puts a beer in my hand. Berioso. Boing. Yeah.
All right, so
But if you say it wrong, you turn into a bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned in the last segment that you have another question for me regarding Arizona football.
Biggest pet peeve of last year for me was the lethargic manner in which our offense broke the huddle, got to the line of scrimmage. And it's like, it bothers me if I'm coaching an 8-year-old team or if I'm coaching a high school team with Bijan Robinson and Lathan Ransom on the offensive end. I want some like purpose. I want you to break that huddle. I want you to get to the line. I want you to run the play. I want you to go. So tell me, please, that our offense is showing a little bit of life when they get in the huddle or they get to the line of scrimmage, and there's a actual purpose and an intent to do intelligent harm to the other team when they're snap the ball.
There is a sense of urgency.
Yes,
there is a sense of urgency, and Ollie is fist pumping right now like Tiger Woods.
Yeah, check out
after winning the
video.
Masters. It's he is very, very happy right now because Seth Doege is implementing no huddle, fast paced, and not only are they getting out of the huddle and running the plays fast, but there's no more of these stupid delayed handoffs. That was one of the most frustrating things about last year's offense was the delayed handoffs. And a lot of the times, Noah Fafita wouldn't pull the ball and run. Like, there were hardly any designed quarterback runs. So I'm like, okay, who are you fooling with these delayed handoffs? You know that he's going to give the ball to the running back. It
wasn't a draw. Like, you're going back to pass and then you hand it off. It was just, you know what our offense was called last year? Snuffleupagus. It's like, hey, bird, how are you doing? And Snuffleupagus from Sesame Street, those of you know, there's a lot of questions about the drug use there. It's like so slow and it's just like, lethargic and red furry. No offense. Yeah,
No offense.
It was so bad. It was so bad. And you just knew the offense was going to suck because you don't look like you're ready to go attack. And I just want to see attack. We'll talk about the defense later because I think Danny Gonzalez is going to have that defense attacking. But I'm really glad to hear that the offense, as far as just getting out of the huddle or not huddling, is like fast. It's got to be fast.
Yeah.
Make the other side think too much. Like, what are they doing? They're going really quick. If you make the other side think fast, a lot of times you're going to get busted coverages. You're going to get missed assignments. And, last year was painful.
Yeah.
It was just like, when I say if I call it JV coaching, I'm offending JV coaches out there. That's not the way you run anything. So, yes, good. Fast. Attack, fast, purpose, intent, aggressive, good.
And also, if they need to pick up a yard,
Who wants to fight?
they're going to pick up a yard. I couldn't tell you how many times last year we would see Arizona, okay, pick up 9 yards. Cool, now it's 2nd and 1. All right, now it's 3rd and 1. All right, now it's 4th and 1. Oh, turnover on downs.
When did we pick up 9 yards on first down?
It happened quite a bit, man.
Did it really?
You throw a ball to T-Mac.
I remember a
pick
lot
up
of
9 yards.
3rd and 14s.
Yeah.
That's what I remember.
There were definitely a lot of those, too.
Yeah.
I think that this offense is going to be much, much different for a lot of good reasons. And, I'm really curious to see, how these tight ends are going to, shape up because, Tyler Powell was a rising prospect in the spring. Looks pretty damn good. He was a part of that 2022 recruiting class. Kean Burnett, they have high expectations for him. And Seth Dagey recruited him to USC. So Seth Dagey looks at a prospect like Kean Burnett and is like, we got to keep this guy healthy because he's going to be a legitimate prospect. He's going to be a legitimate red zone target. So tight ends, and we still need to see these guys get into full pads. They're just wearing the helmets and the jerseys and the shorts right now. But so far, I think this offense, man, there are so many weapons. And we talked about it yesterday, Ali, that it feels like because there are so many really solid wide receivers, like Jeremiah Patterson was one of Arizona's, top 3 receivers last year?
Sure.
He's now, he might not even crack the rotation. Like, Bobby Wade says he wants about 8 guys in that rotation. I don't know if he's in that mix. You know, the transfers that they got, Brandon Phelps is having a really good year this year. Devin Hyatt, when he comes back from injury, he is back from injury, and he is practicing. He looks pretty good so far.
He's back from injury?
Yeah, I'm surprised.
Me too.
The way
That's
his
quick.
leg looked in that
Yeah.
Territorial Cup, I'm surprised, but the dude looks great. So I'm trying not to, I guess, be the propaganda machine and start promoting Arizona football. Like, look out for the Cats. They're going to be legit.
Just be honest, dude.
But they're good.
I want to know. Everybody wants to know what you see, right?
They're all right.
You've been to many camps. You can tell the difference.
Yeah,
And-
Noah Fafita looks smaller because the line's bigger.
Oh man, that's great.
And the receivers.
That's great. I never want to meet. If you have a favorite team and you're meeting defensive or offensive linemen and you're looking them eye to eye, even though I'm like 6 feet tall, I'm like, oh boy, this is not good.
Nope.
Right? You want to be looking up and feel like they can cradle you like a baby. That's what you want. So big is good.
All right, coming
Big
up
is
next.
strong.
Coming up next on Spears and Ali.
Uppies.
Uppies. All right, we're going to have our Freak Out Friday segment. What is on our mind this week?
Oh, I'm going to freak you the bleep out.
Find out. It's Friday, so we've got our Freak Out Friday segment, and I don't know why my computer froze, so if you're watching the video version, my apologies, man. I don't know what the hell happened. But anyways, so Freak Out Friday, let's talk about some things that are either cool or not so cool. And Ali, I want to get us started here because, I sent you guys this, and I thought, honestly, this might be the greatest crossover of all time. We've seen some great crossovers in world history, but this one might be the best.
Better than Allen Iverson? We're talking about a crossover?
Yes, better than Allen Iverson's crossover.
All right.
Reese's and Oreos. Reese's and Oreos are coming out with a collaboration, and they're going to be putting out a bunch of products like candy. I think they're also going to have some cookies too. They're going to have like Oreos with the Reese's peanut butter filling in between them.
Oh, good God.
Yeah. America asked, and Oreo and Reese's said, yes, we can fit 300 calories into one bite.
Damn straight.
I don't know. I don't know if America asked for that, but
We've been begging.
checking out body types when you walk around Walmart, maybe they did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know someone's going to deep fry one of those things.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Totally.
And his name is Justin Spears.
Absolutely. So yeah, I was like, man, Reese's Oreos, man, that's a hell of a collaboration, man. I will be there day one.
Is there going to be any kind of version of an ice cream sandwich with Oreos and Reese's?
I believe there is not any ice cream, but they do have like peanut butter cups that have like the Oreos sprinkled in them. So it's a normal Reese's peanut butter cup, but every bite's going to have a little bit of Oreo, the cookie, not the filling, which I'm here for, man. I'm absolutely here for. So, yeah, that's my Freak Out Friday. Another one, too, is my guy Antonio Gates getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. Now, I didn't know that, he hails from a basketball background. He played basketball at Kent State and then became a tight end for the Chargers, was a really good pass catcher for guys like Drew Brees and Phillip Rivers, one of the best tight ends of his generation. But I didn't know this. Antonio Gates is the only Hall of Famer to not play a snap in college.
No, he didn't. He played basketball.
Yeah, but like the only
Wow.
person in the Hall of Fame, I was like, oh man, Antonio Gates, kind of one of a kind. I think it's really cool.
He was awesome, man, and total Hall of Famer. And there's another Kent State alum that needs to be in the Hall of Fame, and his name is James Harrison. You can't tell me James Harrison's not a Hall of Famer. So, yeah, congratulations. He's going in as a San Diego Charger, though, right?
Absolutely.
Not a Los Angeles Charger.
No, I mean, do you play 1 year with the L.A. Chargers?
I don't know.
2 years? Yeah, he's a San Diego Charger.
I don't like it, man. They need to move back to San Diego.
I agree.
They're the San Diego Chargers. So, yeah, good one. So, Oreos and Reese's, that's yours.
By the way, speaking of San Diego, they're practicing in San Diego. They spent training camp before their Hall of Fame game in San Diego. I don't know if I like that. I don't know. And I've been talking to some people out there in San Diego, guys like Ryan Finley, and they're like, yeah, we got to freaking cover the Chargers this week. And I'm not too happy about it because it almost feels like it's like the, I don't know, like you're seeing your ex across the way having dinner with someone who's just so much better than you.
Yeah, I never had that feeling. But I so much better to me.
Oh, I don't know if it's like so much better, but you're seeing your ex
I was
across the way.
I'm like, oh, you're doing good. You're doing good. It's not me, but you know.
But I don't even see it's better because I would actually prefer San Diego over LA. But it's just like seeing your ex with somebody else, and you're like, eh.
Do you think if the Chargers move back, San Diegans would accept them?
There will be a small part that doesn't.
Yeah.
I think they would,
but they should.
Think so?
I think they
They
absolutely.
totally should.
I think they absolutely would.
But it depends on who's the owner, right? Because Dean Spanos is still the guy.
You know, we've got people with the Arizona Bowl. We had an Arizona Bowl board meeting yesterday. A lot of great people, and we had staff go to the Mountain West media days and the MAC media days and the Mountain West media days. I mean, you've got basically a bunch of teams and schools and ADs that they're not going to be together next year, right? And it's like somebody said the analogy was it was kind of awkward, right? It's because like you just left us, like you decided to leave this conference, but we're here together.
Yeah.
And it's like having a happy hour before a divorce. And I'm like, well, usually the happy hours happen after the divorce is finalized. I've never heard of a pre-divorce happy hour, right? Right. All right, my Freak Out Friday is this. I got this from Bill Simmons, his latest episode, and I'd never thought of this, but I think it's actually going to happen. NBA Europe. Adam Silver's in Europe talking to investors and talking to different people, the different organizations. FC Barcelona, FC Madrid, their contracts end in 2026 with the European League. And don't be surprised if we have NBA Europe in maybe a year to 2 years. You're talking about a team in maybe Turkey. You're talking about a team in Italy, maybe a team in Greece. And and then here's where the conspiracy theory comes in, right? We've got this in-season championship. Is that setting up for a European NBA and a United States NBA teams playing each other? So the game is becoming international. NFL's been doing it, right? I'm going to Ireland for the Steelers-Vikings game. They're playing in London. They played in Germany. Jacksonville plays almost half of its games in London.
Jacksonville doesn't want him.
I mean, do you want Jacksonville? NBA, we may be seeing the NBA go international within the next 18 months.
And then we can have an actual world championship.
Exactly. Exactly. And that debate will be finally ended.
They are the world champions.